Yeah, I mean, it was a communications officer role, so it was very much about communicating to gay men about the Healthy Gay Manchester's messaging, which back then was pretty much exclusively around HIV prevention. Um, so it was a chance to produce printed resources, posters, campaigns. The role was specifically, one of the specific parts of the role was to produce a community newsletter magazine, which is something that happened about a year and a half or so, to maybe 2 years after I took post. We produced a lot of campaign materials in that first couple of years that I was at Healthy Gay Manchester. And it was just the perfect job. I mean, we were working every single day with gay and bisexual men, going out and around the village, meeting bar owners, meeting guys in the bars. I mean, the big thing for me was that gay and bisexual men were absolutely involved every step of the way in the messaging. So that kind of changed the way that information about HIV and AIDS was communicated to gay men, because they were actively involved in things like modelling, writing the resources, designing the resources as well in some cases, helping us put on events. So there was a really strong community feeling back then, sort of 1999-2000, in Manchester, around gay and bisexual men kind of working together to inform each other and look after each other. And it was so exciting to be a part of that. We produced all sorts of campaign materials in those first couple of years. I remember producing, it was kind of the forerunner, I guess, of the magazine that we ended up doing. It was an 8-page magazine called In Control, and it was all about confidence, assertiveness, and negotiation. I remember it was called the CAN. It was the CAN campaign. So yeah, confidence, assertiveness, and negotiation. And it was all about empowering gay men to have the sex that they wanted and not to put up with sex they were unhappy with. So it was giving them the language and the skills and the motivation to celebrate their sexuality, be aware of the risks, but overall kind of just enjoy their sexuality and experiment with it, and not be ashamed, and not feel like they have to kind of to keep it a secret or hide it, and also about getting gay men to talk to each other about sex as well, which is a huge part of HIV prevention work, because people tended not to talk about the sex that they were having. So there was a whole kind of pushback then to get guys to talk about the sex that they were having, the sex that they wanted, and also about the sex that they were not enjoying. So that was kind of the first major campaign I think I got involved with, and the imagery was all based around video games. So it was like video game controllers. So it was basically saying you're in control. It's up to you how you manipulate and maneuver your way through your sex life. So we did lots of imagery around video game controllers, and we did a photo shoot in my bedroom in Salford, in the flat share that I was living in Salford at the time. So we had a couple of guys from the community. We just took some pictures, did this kind of photo strip. Again, getting local guys involved, and that was kind of the forerunner for the magazine that we later launched when we became the Lesbian and Gay Foundation in 2000, LGF.